My name is Paige Onweller, and we are in Emporia, Kansas for the Unbound 200 race.
How many times have you done Unbound?
I have lined up twice, but I've DNF'd twice as well. This is my third time.
I guess what are you looking forward to the most for Unbound?
I'm looking forward to actually racing. I had surgery 12 weeks ago, so for me to be here just to line up healthy, that's honestly what I'm most excited about, just celebrating my health and fitness back from recovery.
Is there anything you're dreading about race day?
Maybe walking through the mud, just because my ankle is not conditioned to that, but otherwise, no, I love this race and the event and how long it is.
What's your strategy for pacing an effort as big as Unbound?
Yeah, so for me, I base everything off of what's called RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion. I look at no metrics when I race, no heart rate, no power. I've trained that way for years, and so I have a really good dial of like what my effort is going to be for the next 2 hours, the next 7 hours, the next 10 hours. And so a lot of it is just checking in with myself and seeing where I'm at and making sure that I'm strong hours 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, instead of just hours 2 or 3, because everyone's strong for 4 hours. It's for this race, you want to be strong in the back half.
Is there, I guess, what's the longest ride or what was training looking like leading up to Unbound, especially with, recovering from an injury?
Yeah, so this was a tough one for me just because I took about 5 weeks off of, minimal to no training. And so for me, I've just been kind of training through this entire block, a lot of back-to-back 5-hour rides, and just trying to get in a lot of steady endurance. So honestly, not a perfect build at all. It's obviously quite opposite what you want to do. You do not want to take that much time off, but in some ways it removes any stress and expectation. So honestly, I just rode my bike as much as my ankle and surgical team would allow me, and that's just focus on what I could do instead of what I can't do. So.
What's your headspace like during the race, and how do you manage the ebb and flow of motivation?
Yeah, so I think for me, a race this long, your headspace has to be in a different spot, especially with Unbound, because there's just so much that's thrown at you with rain, with mud, with wind, with heat, humidity, so many factors. And so I think for me, ultimately, I just need to be inner focused on what I need to do in order to get to the finish line, and always moving forward. For me, it's about enjoying the day and the process instead of getting frustrated. When you get frustrated, you get into a negative headspace and you usually just don't have as good of a day. Fun is fast.
And then where does kind of the significance of this race fit in with the rest of your calendar? How are you viewing this race? I know you touched on it a little bit, but are you kind of using this as like a building block for the rest of your season? Or?
Yeah, ultimately this is just a training race for me. The second half of the season remains a priority. So I have to protect my ankle still, being so soon after surgery. So this is just getting a hard, long day in for training and ultimately celebrating the fact that I'm healthy again, and trying to set myself up for a good block to be in good shape for the second half of the season.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks.